are live.
Go downhill very quickly.
No,
Come on down.
Come on down.
okay, everybody, stop coughing. We're live.
Sorry, my bad.
To the jump to conclusions farm.
Jump to conclusions.
Listen, I love jumping to a good old conclusion every now and then.
I saw
Sean
it.
kept
Feels
saying,
right.
could it be a good thing? Could it be a good thing? And I was like, hell no.
There ain't no way.
No,
You're
way.
immediately in
Hey,
panic
what's up?
mode.
What's up?
Hi guys.
One of
everybody.
my most favorite
Hey.
tweets. One of my most favorite tweets is somebody who said, "I wonder how many calories." I can't say it. I can't swear because we're in the first couple minutes of the live. I'll wait. Hi everybody.
It's
7 seconds. How are you?
7 seconds. You're good. You're good.
How are you?
You're
No, the
good.
tweet says, "I wonder how many calories bitches burn by jumping to conclusions."
Not enough.
The most
Stress burn
high
calories,
strung
I would be
people
on
I know are
enough.
shit.
Not mine. It's a classic tweet. Hello all. What are we
Hey,
doing?
everybody. Have you jumped to
how
any
you doing?
conclusions today?
Have you jumped to any conclusions?
Anybody? Wait.
I'm like drummer
Cameron
squirrel.
Fry
That's
stress.
adorable.
Jumping to
Drummer
conclusions.
squirrel.
Anybody? Anybody? Somebody? Anyone?
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 So was everybody clicking today in the audience? Was everybody clicking on a somewhat developed grayish looking picture to hear
We're
voices
going to talk
come out
about
of it?
that. We're going to talk about
I have never wished in my life that I had the vision of a cat, but I did right then. I was like trying to see
Oh,
through.
I was like, they
Scary.
look like suit jackets and ties.
People
jackets,
are grabbing that picture and they are putting the brightness all the way up. They're changing
yeah,
the
of course.
contrast. They're inverting the colors, trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Like, give it a few days, guys, and they will display more. They will reveal more.
Well,
How
somebody-
do you
Somebody-
think it's going to happen? Like how? Like
I think
Oh,
it's
that's
just
a really
every
good
couple
question.
of days. Yeah. I think it's going to keep fading.
Who knows? I think it's just going to continuously present like.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be every day. I think they're going to, and it might not be just this picture. I think they're going to drop a little, breadcrumb every couple of days, and then they give us a day or two to talk about it, and then they drop another one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys think about it, this guy's had Army watching a bar of butter melt. So
That's true.
they're
That's
gonna
true.
have us
They
watch
know that will do.
things like eagles.
They watched Katie and the rest of Army going into their crazy deep dive on monochrome, and they were like, "Listen, these bitches will watch whatever."
Hold
fuck
our-
they put in front of
Hold
them.
our soju.
They're gonna dive into whatever puzzle that we give them. That's
Here, have my
And-
soju. I'm gonna show you some stuff.
Yeah.
hey,
The one
Jenny
thing my
is
husband is
asking
like,
on Instagram, what pic?
what?
She wants to know what picture we're talking about.
What pick? Okay.
Oh. Is that part
Well-
of Quince's thing?
I don't know.
I mean, we're going to talk about. Yeah, I mean, yes, but no. I'm not talking about. It's not the picture per se. So if somebody wants to pull
Go
the
to
picture-
the official album website that's linked at 2026bts.com, but not until after the live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the one thing my husband is super impressed about with BTS, he hasn't really seen the performances that much, but he is like, their marketing people are so genius. He is so impressed with their marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Although I will say, like, it's quite an interesting marketing thing because it requires a lot of participation. I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of blind trust and a lot of participation, which is really interesting.
Which is just something we excel at as Army.
We do.
Talk
Give
about
us a
jumping
little.
to conclusions.
Yeah, give us a little
I come
string
by it
to
honestly.
pull.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, give us a little string to pull, and we will knit a sweater. We'll just
Yep.
all the
I'm
way
still
down
laughing
here.
about
Yep.
it says hello. Jen's like, I was just saying hello. Did I say hello?
Did I
Did I
say
make
hello? I don't remember saying hello. That's so strange.
Yeah, they give us a breadcrumb, and we just follow the lead to get to the cake because
Yeah, meanwhile, he's like, it
Okay.
wasn't a breadcrumb. I was just greeting you.
Yeah, but in the
Yeah.
meantime,
Yeah.
watch us march exactly down the wrong path, like a bunch of
Oh
happy
my gosh.
souls just
The way in which they were all like literally fucking giggling over how Army thought that hello was a spoiler.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah, Jin barely, because remember, Jin doesn't think about the past. So
Mhm,
for him, like, he's like, we went to LA. I don't remember that. I don't remember
I
that.
said hello.
I
to
said
people.
hello.
That was
I said
notable.
hello on a beach. Did I really?
And then
When did
Taeyong was
this
like, yeah,
happen?
you were weird. You were being weird.
And Kim's
Army
like,
said,
"You're
with
one
his,
to talk,
with his
dude. You
pants
have
or
a
his
shirt on
jacket
your
around
head."
his head was like, "You were being weird, man."
shirt around his head. You were being weird. Army thought you were weird.
Or we thought you were weird, and we were all like, "Well, we didn't think it was that weird until Taehyung literally tackled him to shut him up, and then we were like, what
That's
is this?"
I mean, I thought it was weird he kept doing it in the exact
Yeah.
same tone of voice. But anyway.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's so funny.
hey. Oh,
You know
you missed
the
us.
greatest.
Disney
You know, that'd be
Princess
the greatest of all time if it actually is a spoiler, and now they've got us all convinced it's not.
That'd be real funny.
Don't make me think they're double crossing us. I'll never recover.
They
I
double
know.
cross us all the time. What are you talking about?
They do.
Yeah.
That'll be my
They do.
favorite. If Hello is in fact a spoiler, and they have now convinced everybody it is not.
Exactly, Andrea. Said with all love in the world, in that particular live, for Taeyang to call anyone out as weird is rich. With all the love in the world.
He said it with his whole chest, and
Yeah,
he'd say it
did.
again. And do you notice how
Oh.
literally absolutely not one of them reacted to him doing that? No one paid
No.
No.
They
I mean,
looked at him.
well,
They saw it happening. Not
Is it-
one of
you're
them
gonna
said
go to
it.
dinner like that?
Hobie
Yeah.
giggled at him.
They're like, yeah, it's another day. Stay
It
young.
was honestly looking like he was trying to get Hobie to giggle because he like put the thing on and he dead ass stares at Hobie for the longest time.
Yeah.
And Hobie
Exactly.
just ignores him and then he reties it, and then Hosek sees it and giggles, and he's all like,
Exactly. All right, it's 7:10.
Or not. Yeah, it's 10 after the hour. Let's go.
After the
10
hour.
after the hour.
Let me open the thing.
Oh yeah, here I am.
Oh.
Here I am messing with this Arirang picture, and I need to be opening
Oh.
up the.
Why am I?
Okay.
Somebody else can do the welcome because I'm already doing the other thing.
Oh, okay. Well, your name's on it, but I'll do it.
I didn't.
Hi.
honestly,
We are
that's
Army
why I unchecked it.
529. And if you don't already know who we are and what we do, you can learn more about it at ap529.com/links. Let me put up my favorite thing in the universe. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love you so much. It's
I
precious.
swear I thought I made that bigger. Anyway, yeah. So learn more about us there. We do lots of different things, and we'd love to have you in our community.
Mm-hmm. Because it's been popping.
Oh boy, has
It's been popping off.
Been popping.
It has been. It has been. All right. For those of you who are new to us and those of you who've been around a while, we go live twice a week. On Wednesdays, we're on TikTok, and on Sundays, we're here on the YouTube and the Instagrams for our Sunday surprise live. And tonight, Lisa's in charge. And all we know is the PowerPoint is involved. And so it is a
Mm,
surprise.
surprise.
Without any further ado, we will hand it over to our maestro of the evening, Miss Lisa. Take it away, Quinn.
Slow clap.
Hey everybody. Hey, no, please don't. Please don't. Don't do that. Let's not don't make it weird. What's our rule? Don't make it- Okay, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. So I saw obviously the title of the live, which I mean, like really, I knew that we were going to get. Hold on, did it work?
I'm adding. It's gonna take a second.
Okay. Oh, you may want to put us on the. There we go. Oh,
Look at me on the side.
Katie, you know how to fix that, right?
No, I can't. It will not let me change it around.
That's dumb.
Here, I can. Can you see the
Christina
placeholder?
and I could be Tingus.
Hear what?
Hand.
Oh, yes. I gave you imaginary friends. Can you see those?
Maybe you can add.
No,
Can you add two of
took her
us?
away from
Can you add two of us so it's 3 and 3?
No, it will not. It will not let me change it. It auto puts it in there. I can do this
Bring my
mode.
Chingu back.
I can do this mode where one of us is missing.
Ooh.
I can do.
You had it right. Okay. Well, you know what?
There were only 5 of us last week.
Cool. Cool.
Mm.
Okay. You know, whatever. It's fine.
Sorry, Charlie.
It's fine.
That's
I'm cool.
Bring my Chingu back.
It looks like we're gonna have to have a Hunger Games and get rid of somebody. Ooh. This reminded me of something that is
There.
happening later.
There.
This is my love of symmetry talking. Ignore me.
Look, I absolutely dislike it
Whoa,
too.
whoa, whoa,
but-
girls, stop.
All right.
Anyway, hi everybody. So when I was thinking about what I wanted to do for the live this week, while Katie plays around, I'll explain. While I was thinking about what I wanted to do for the live this week, I knew that obviously the album pre-order was going to be dropping on Friday or Thursday for us in the US. And so I was like, okay, well, we're going to get some more information. I knew we were going to get some more information. And I was like, I think I want to wait and see what happens. Hey, look at that.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, you're winning now. Success.
Success.
You're
Everybody
so cool, Katie.
Everybody give
We
Katie
want
a round of applause.
Top or bottom?
Ma'am,
It's a real question.
That's a
Top
loaded
of the screen or the bottom of the
This is
screen?
fine. This is fine.
depends on
good.
the mood. Depends on the mood. Anyway, so I waited, and sure enough, we got the info, and I thought to myself, and then today, and I was thinking, okay, well, how can I talk about this in a way that it hasn't already been kind of like talked about a million times online by so many people? And I was like, what's a way that we could do this that would be a little bit more BTS centric and less about us explaining the concept of ARIRANG to everybody, because you don't need us to do that. So when they dropped that update that we were talking about at the top of the live this morning on the 2026bts.com website with the picture, and then we realized if you hovered over the picture, they talked to us.
There we go.
And they gave us little voice notes. And after I listened to that, and Katie and I were randomly talking about something, I was like, okay, I think I was like, I've got the direction, I've got the vision. It clicked, everything clicked. And so I've been furiously working on this all day today, because this is not my strong suit, but everybody was like, oh my God, I love the PowerPoint presentation. You guys are so creative. And I was like,
Exactly in that voice. Exactly.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah. So I tried it, and well, it's there. It's fine. It's fine. So BTS and ARIRANG, the comeback of 2026. That is what we are talking about today.
Nice.
So ARIRANG will be BTS's 5th full-length studio album and their first album in almost 4 years. That's crazy. Crazy talk. Had anybody thought about how long it had actually been before they said something about it? Had you really sat and thought exactly about how many months it had been? Did it because I know I hadn't. I was like, I just know it's been a while. And then I was like, wow, it's been that long. Okay. The comeback will drop on March 20th, 2026, but pre-orders are already open. BTS's world tour, which kicks off April 9th in Goyang, South Korea, shares the name ARIRANG as well. If you notice on your Weverse notifications, at first everything just said BTS the world tour, but they went back and they retroactively updated everything to say ARIRANG the world tour, so it shares the same name as the album. Mm-hmm. So this whole what we were saying about them dropping info little breadcrumbs bit by bit, this is definitely what they're doing, and it's going to continue to happen. So, but this is from the notification from Weverse. The new album holds special significance as it marks the first album released by the group in 3 years and 9 months, while also indicating the direction the group will take going forward. The members were deeply involved in the creation of the songs, infusing their own thoughts and colors into them, while musically expressing the emotions and struggles they have experienced along their journey. Featuring 14 tracks, the album is packed with honest stories that BTS wants to share with ARMY, who have been waiting for their PM, I think that's post-military, but I don't know for sure, come back as a whole group. Filled with the music that's most true to BTS, the album is their heartfelt way of saying thank you to ARMY, who have been there this whole time. Now, this is what we got before we knew what the title and the concept of the album was. So I want us to try and think back before they announced Arirang when we were just reading this, and I'm trying to like, what were we thinking? I know because we kind of talked about it a little bit on last Sunday's live that Katie did, right? We kind of talked because we were talking about the logo and everything. So like, was something like this in any of y'all's brains, or were you thinking something completely different? I mean, not that we know a lot about Arirang anyway, but you know.
I kind of felt like they would stay away from English songs just because I felt like and I never said anything because I was like, I don't want to get in trouble, but because I liked them, but I just always kind of got the impression that they felt like it was almost too far removed from them, and they didn't feel it was very personal. And especially RM, like they like to write things that they know and they love and that have a deep connection and meaning to. And so I didn't feel like they do something like that again. But I don't know that I expected like historic, you know. It gives me Deshwata vibes, like going back to like that kind of thing, which I have no complaints over, you know.
I expected something deeply Korean based on what we were seeing with the logo and the various interpretations we saw and that. So but I had never heard of Arirang, so I had no expectation of this. I think I was hoping for, and I still am hoping for, or maybe not hoping, it would be nice to see some traditional Korean instruments or some elements of Korean music in this music. And I'll be curious to see if that comes to fruition.
I would too.
Yeah. I think for me, I expected something kind of similar, only because they had said multiple times in various lives that they were going back to their roots, back to their roots, back to their roots. And so I was expecting them to do something at least along the lines of like deeply Korean. I will admit, much like some of you others, the only thing I really knew about Arirang prior to them dropping the name of the album and, you know, going more into a deep dive into the word was the song that they sang at the 16th France KCON opener. And so they sang the folk song Arirang there. And so that's when I saw the album name, that's the only place my mind went to initially was that song. And then there was so much more depth and detail, which is not even surprising from BTS that they would choose a word to represent their album and their comeback.
Well,
that has so much meaning. So
speaking of, BTS went live on just after the year, a few days ago on the 16th. After the album the album info was dropped. Was it before? Or it was before the pre-order happened, right? No, it was after. Was it after? I don't remember. Time is a soup. There's too many time zones. Anyway, this was on the 16th. So Arirang, and these are direct quotes, basically translated like why? Like why this was they were saying you were probably surprised when you saw Arirang, like why? And this is directly from RM. He said, "What is the most us? We thought a lot about what we want to show you, where we started." So the whole thing about roots, yes, all 7 of us are Korean after all. And we thought it'd be good to include something that symbolizes Korea. And he said, and like 10 years ago at KCON Paris, as Talk mentioned, we sang Arirang. So we have that experience under our belt too. And 10 years later, we're able to come up with our Arirang. And so that's what they talked about in the live. We'll go more, but so talking a little bit about the KCON performance. Has everybody watched it?
Yeah.
It's so, I remember the first time that I watched it, I was thinking to myself, this is strange for KCON.
and it's actually kind of very appropriate for KCON.
I mean, yes, but also no, it's not something that KCON usually does, even if it's deeply appropriate for the theme. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not something they usually do. I mean, it's usually more about the commercialism aspect is what KCON is about. It's less about like cultural and more about like the commercial part of K-pop. But that's what I thought. But I really thought it was cool how it was BTS for like most of the performance, but then at the very end, a lot of other idol groups came out and joined them. So it really was about a cultural thing, and everybody singing together, and because it's about it's a heritage thing. So I thought that was really cool. And probably the thing that is most interesting about the song itself, and I'm not going to go into too much, but one thing that I think is most interesting about the song is that it can be interpreted, like anybody can add their spin on it. It can be interpreted in so many different ways. It can be sung and performed so many different ways. There's no set, like, you have to do it like this. And so that's why, RM said in the live, it's the perfect fit for us because we can take this as Koreans and put our own spin on it. So that's what I found. I don't know. What do you guys think?
One thing I'm really curious to see is we know because they were quoted in news articles that they worked with, we don't know if it ended up on the album, but most likely they worked with Max Martin and John Bellion for songs on this album. But we also know they're going with this theme. So I'm really, really curious to see how they're going to put that together.
Yes.
Because Max Martin is like the pop guy.
Yeah. And he's done, he worked on Dynamite.
Yeah. And John Bellion worked on Who and maybe others, not sure.
He worked on Golden with JK.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that myself. And, Steph, you mentioned earlier, like, you were thinking there wasn't going to be any English, and we were talking about maybe will we hear traditional Korean instruments? Like Suga has used traditional Korean instruments a lot in his music too. So it's not outside the realm of possibility. But how would they marry that with working with Western writers and producers? That's a very interesting thought. And is it really more of a, like, they were learning from these producers, or were they actually working on the tracks with them? Like, I'm curious, because we know they recorded both they reportedly recorded both in LA and in Korea. So I don't know, maybe there's a mix.
Yeah.
Andrea asked an interesting
100 songs, so they had 100 song ideas. So
yep, as it says right here, we made more than 100 songs. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Well, and Taehyung specifically said that the songs all sound very different.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My guess is that they want to make music. I could be wrong. My guess would be that they wanted to work with producers and songwriters based there. And also, I think we speculated as well that perhaps they went there to get a break.
Yes.
So they went to somewhere pretty isolated. So I think there were a couple of reasons for that. But I think they want music that is going to do well, but also represents who they are as Koreans. And I think we've talked about before, they may have swung a little too far one way with the English trilogy, and maybe they're trying to find their way, find a happy medium. This is my speculation. I'm curious how it's going to.
And just for something different,
found the perfect way to blend both, and it's going to be, you know what I mean, like to still be very, very like attract a lot of different types of music lovers while still somehow getting their message across. And I think you're right. I think it's going to, like I said, like Deshwata, it's going to be those underlying sounds maybe and things like that. They're not going to be like necessarily overt, but you're going to kind of hear them throughout.
Yeah, like we use this type of drum instead of that type of drum for the beat, and you wouldn't maybe know, or maybe it sounds a little different, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And so they're like, we're going to release out some bangers, and they're going to be Korean too.
I mean, I would also say that regardless of the producers they have used and whatever nationality they are, if we know one thing about BTS is that they are musicians. They're very good musicians. They know what they want. They've been doing this for so many years. So regardless of who is producing this album, I think that their voice is going to come through more than whomever is the producer.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I think they
100%.
probably do think they're taking quite a risk because they did say, I mean, we need Army to trust us. We're believing the Army is going to, you know what I mean? So I think they are maybe a little nervous that it's not as maybe mainstream as people might be expecting.
Yeah. Jimin, one thing that Jimin keeps saying over and over again is like, this is so different, guys. This is so different, but I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it.
But you know, RPWP was also different and we loved it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, I think that, you know, regardless of how different it is, I think it's gonna be a bang.
And when they were talking about we made more than 100 songs, they were talking about some that they were like, there are some that didn't make it to the album that, man, we just really want to. And Hobie in particular was like, oh my God, there was one. They were like, yeah, there was one that really sounded like you. And he's like, I know, I really love that song. Blah, blah, blah.
I know. And then Yuki was like, you can use them for your solo albums, though.
Yeah, yeah. So it was just like we know they've and the same thing with Yoongi. He keeps song bits forever. They all just kind of play around with things here and there. So like, I guarantee we'll see more of those 100 songs, and who knows, some of them might end up on solo projects too. So,
I mean, they're still, because when they're writing those songs, they're still thinking of stage performances and dancing and you know, all of that into taking that into effect. So,
yeah, exactly, 100%.
And you know, based on some of the Instagram posts we've got, even though we didn't have sound, we know there's some fucking bangers on this album.
Yeah, they look like they were having a great time in the studio.
Oh man,
Maybe we'll get Arirang the SoundCloud edition.
Yeah,
with some unreleased tracks.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if it's just, instead of the instrumentals the instruments that we're used to hearing, they use more traditional. So the sound is different, but the you know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. And maybe not on every song, but I think there might be some of that of it's a pop sound using different tools.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other thought I had was that they might use different scales, but that might not sound like pop. So I wasn't sure how that would work.
Right.
Yeah. I whatever it is, I'm gonna be excited to hear it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like
100%.
I know it's gonna be something that's gonna like rock my face off. So
well, and I know that they worked really hard on it, and they feel that it represents them and their story right now, and so that's very meaningful.
Yes, good segue. So this is also from the same live. Arirang is interpreted differently by everyone, as I said, because the lyrics are abstract. It's about nostalgia and longing and love, is what I think. I thought about that a lot while I was in the military. Army, BTS members, the past. And in Arirang, there's the ups and downs of life. That kind of emotion is something we wanted to encompass in this album. We wanted to cover the ups and downs we've been through, which is kind of what they were. It's a different way. It's a little bit more in depth, but it's kind of what the Weverse album announcement was saying about wanting to share like those deep stories and all of that. But I thought this was especially poignant to me because we've watched them talk about the military here and there since they've been back, and we've heard Namjoon talk very candidly about the military and how it was not his favorite experience, and how it affected him. And they each had a different experience, and I'm sure each one of them had ups and downs. And because they said that it's all 7 of them were deeply involved in the creation of this album. So, and not just the military, but other things as well. But like they all had ups and downs, you know, the whole time. I mean, obviously we know what happened in the summer of 2024. That shall not be named out loud, but we know. Definite down, you know, but ups too, you know, like all of the solo material that dropped and the successes that came out of them, like big highs for them, you know, but there were a lot of lows too. So, and it wasn't just the military. So the fact they really wanted, I think, to talk about all of that with us is what Namjoon is saying here. That they and that Arirang encompasses that with the nostalgia and the longing and the love. He said he started thinking about past concerts a lot, and then the others started chiming in. They were like, oh yeah, you know, like that's right, we're thinking about, like, you know, like the past and all that. So that's why this just kind of hit me, and curious what you guys think about this as well. The ups and downs. I mean, we're gonna continue along the path of ups and downs.
I mean, I think the guys in every album so far, in different ways, have shown themselves to us. And I think Map of the Soul is kind of like, for example, Map of the Soul, like 7, is like all of them kind of showing their own side of things, and it's very personal in a way. So I think that this is going to be personal, but in a different way, because they are it's like kind of when you come back from a long trip and you want to sit with a friend and tell them everything that you've seen on that trip. I think that this album sounds like it's going to be something like that. They've been away for like all this time, and they're just like arriving from that trip and just telling us, you know, this is what has happened to us in the last couple of years.
Oh my God, you won't believe it.
When we were completely kind of like sound out, you know, it's like we didn't have our phones to call you. So now we're just going to tell you everything, and it's going to come out like blah, 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 blah.
Well, I also think, you know, when you look at their experiences, like when I was watching that last live, I was thinking of this. You have a Hobie and a Tay who seem to just thrive in that environment, right? And they came out of that. I think their self-confidence was up. I think they, you know, they found parts of themselves maybe they didn't realize they had. And then you have like RM who hated it and was like, I have a lot of material. I mean, you know what I mean? So they all grew, but they grew differently because they kind of had to face different pieces of themselves maybe they hadn't before, and maybe parts of them grew, and maybe parts of them had to die off, and but you know what I mean? So they came back so different. Their experience is so different, even though military in a lot of ways is very similar, that I would have just killed to be like in that room and just like the inspiration and the feelings, and the, you know, one, you know, is out of misery and one is out of this place of confidence. And it would just be fascinating to see how and maybe the different songs will connect those things, right? Like maybe you'll have the ones that are more, you know, trying to figure myself out, and I'm lost and I'm lonely and I'm scared or whatever. And then maybe you'll have the ones that are more like, you know, hardcore kick ass, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be interesting to see.
I agree.
I was thinking about, as we were talking about this, like the ups and the downs, stay with me here. I was thinking about like a stock chart. If you ever looked at the history of a stock over time, like years and years and years, it starts that. So like they've obviously experienced a lot of low lows and a lot of high highs, but I feel like the amplitude has gotten so big now. You know what I mean? Like they had really big struggles at the beginning, but they were just 7 guys who weren't sure if they were going to debut, right? And then like it's bigger and bigger, and now it's like when there's a drop, like the drop is so huge. And then they have to come back up in terms of their celebrity and their success and their financial research. Like there's so many things. And then also they've they've said explicitly, some of them have gone through some personal things in the past few years that were very difficult. So yeah, it'll be interesting. And I'm not expecting them to share those if they don't want to, but yeah, it's refreshing to see somebody be honest about the fact that they go through hard times too.
And they'll share in a way that's open for interpretation, right? You won't even know.
It's a universal
feeling.
Yeah. I was just about to say, in the past, they've shared a lot without sharing a lot.
Yes.
And I wonder if that's going to continue to be the theme here, or if they're going to, in some ways, maybe in some cases, maybe even get a little bit more explicit and like, this is what I'm saying.
Not a fucking diplomat.
Yeah.
I'm here either way. I'm here either way.
Yeah.
Walk like a duck.
Again, it could be a mix of the two.
Yeah.
That, you know?
I mean, the other thing I'm hoping for, and I might be completely disappointed on that one, but I'm like not really expecting anything. Then we might have a song about how ARMY stayed, and we were always here,
Well, we know there's a song called ARIRANG, right?
and we are their safety net because even if they left, we
You
stayed.
know they're gonna put
Wait,
at
we
least
know
one song.
that's not
on
a
that album to make
song
us
called
cry.
Army Wrong.
Yeah, I don't know that they've announced
That's
that
not a song. There's not a song called
There's
Army
not.
Wrong.
At least
They-
that we know of. At least that we know of.
I thought that was in the Apple Music thing, but I could be wrong.
No, they
that-
coined it as like a term.
yeah, they called
Army
that
Wrong.
was their message.
ARMY Wrong translates as with army.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, that was their message on Apple Music.
Misunderstood. I heard it came from Apple Music, and I thought it was a song name. Ignore me.
No.
No
It's okay.
worries. No worries. I mean, we don't know. We don't know.
It could be.
It could be.
They have a very long history of putting at least one song towards the end of an album that just makes everybody cry.
Yeah.
So they
We're looking
like
at you,
to do
background.
that.
We're looking at you.
We're looking at you.
How
We're
fucking
looking at
dare.
you, see.
We're looking at you.
see, we look at you.
Letter,
We look at
okay?
you.
Letter, how dare, audacity.
2, 3, 2, 3.
That's so funny.
See what I mean?
Well, the other thing I would
See?
say, one more thing too about all this, about what we're expecting is, it's so funny because like all of them sort of said, well, not all of them, but in the mini Moni stuff, you get Jimin and you get RM who had that discussion about their albums. And RM and their, RM's like, I thought I got it all out in Indigo. And then, but now, no, I didn't get it all out. Now I've got it all out in RPWP. And the reality of it is you never get it all out because you have new shit you got to deal with, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
So, like,
exactly.
every time they think they're over that hump, okay, I've got it all. We never grow out of getting it all out. And so they're always going to have material, especially after something
they're
as
all
difficult as military.
Yeah, and they're all hitting that point. Like they're all hovering around 30, some a little bit past, some just behind. But I feel like because I know we delved into this a little bit in a previous live, but I was thinking about myself. I was trying to think about myself back at 30. And like, it's kind of the time where you start to go, okay, I really am an adult. And you start thinking about like, I mean, some people might start thinking about their future more in their 20s, but I think 30 is really a good like benchmark when people start going, oh, okay, my mind is working differently than it used to. New things are important to me, new goals. I'm not operating the same way that I used to in most cases. And that's kind of where they're all hovering now. And so I think they might be at that point of realization, like, oh no, we're not just going to get over it. We're not just going to like get everything out and we're good. Life is going to keep happening, and that there's going to be new stuff that we will have to deal with. And that's,
what made me really happy when I heard the title and when I saw them in that live, and you're going to hate me because I'm going to bring this up. I remember the dinner in 2022.
Yeah,
And I remembered RM saying that they lost themselves and they didn't know what kind of music to make, and that they were doing things that were not really themselves. And when I heard the title of the album and I saw them in that live, I was so happy because I was thinking of that live and I was thinking to myself, man, they found themselves finally after all this time, and they found themselves in the most fundamental way on who they are as Koreans, which I think is amazing. It's like the beautiful like realization is like, this is who we are, and we're gonna make music with that. I think that is like, for me, touched me because I thought it was really beautiful.
Yeah. And to your point, they kept saying at that dinner and then after it, while they were in that period of time where they were preparing and then leaving and joining the military, they kept saying, each one of them, we have to do this. We have to take this time apart so that we can find ourselves again, so that we can find BTS again, so that we can come back together and be better and stronger and, give you guys something new and different. but still BTS. And so they did exactly what they said they were going to do, which is amazeballs.
Amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, absence makes the heart grow fonder, whether it's relationships, your craft, your whatever. But a forced time away from something sometimes gives you a whole new understanding, a whole new appreciation. And I think that's what we're going to see on this.
Yep. So I'm going to play the little voice note that we got this morning, and I have it like typed out here, the English parts that we can talk about afterwards. But I managed to include this little video. It should have had the little screenshot, but I don't know what's going on with the whatever. Anyway, I'm going to play it. It's cute. I fit it on the phone. Everyone be proud of me.
Good job.
Look at it.
네, 여러분. 방탄소년단이 3월 20일 새 정규 앨범 아리랑으로 돌아옵니다. Hi. BTS will be back on March 20th with BTS the 5th album 아리랑.
이번 앨범을 준비하면서 멤버들과 함께 가장 방탄소년단다운 음악과 이야기가 뭘까 고민을 많이 했는데요. While working on this album, we thought aloud about what kind of music and stories would be the most BTS-like.
많은 생각과 대화 끝에 저희 7명이 지금 하고 싶은 이야기를 담은 14곡을 신보에 담았습니다. After much thought and conversation, we made a 13-track album that captures the stories the 7 of us want to share right now.
네, 3년 9개월 만에 완전체 앨범이라 팀의 뿌리와 정체성에 대해 특히 고민을 많이 했던 것 같습니다. Since it's our full group album in 3 years and 9 months, we spend a lot of time thinking about the group's roots and identity.
여러분과 떨어져 있던 시간 동안 느낀 그리움, 소중함, 앞으로의 기대를 멤버들과 나누며 앨범을 완성했습니다. We shared our feelings with each other as we completed the album, including how much we missed you, how much we value you, and how excited we are about the future.
방탄소년단의 아리랑이 시대와 세대를 초월해 여러분 곁에 오래 머물 그런 앨범이 되길 바랍니다. We hope 아리랑 of BTS will be an album that transcends time and generations and sticks with you for a long, long time.
항상 함께 해주셔서 감사합니다. 여러분의 아리랑은 무엇인가요? Thank you for always being by our side. What is your 아리랑?
They're so fucking cute. I can't.
So I know. I may have listened to it like a ridiculous amount of times.
Fine.
It's fine. We're fine. I think several people did today.
Their English is so fucking cute.
Yes.
I can't with them.
Tay worked so hard on that English.
So hard on it.
So
the
much.
stark difference between the other 6 and Namjoon's English, but they worked so hard.
So hard.
So hard.
So cute.
Really
So
hard.
fucking cute.
Okay, so I'm going to read it out loud. Jimin, hi. BTS will be back on March 20th with BTS, the 5th album, 아리랑. J-Hope. And I'm sorry, it auto-capitalized and I didn't notice it, so please forgive me. Do know that I typed a lowercase. Do know that I typed a lowercase j.
Sacrilege.
While working on this album, we thought a lot about what kind of music and stories would be the most BTS-like. Suga. After much thought and conversation, we made a 14-track album that captures the stories the 7 of us want to share right now. V. This is our first group album in 3 years and 9 months. We spent a lot of time thinking about the group's roots and identity. Jungkook. We shared our feelings with each other as we completed the album, including how much we missed you, how much we value you, and how excited we are about the future. RM. We hope Arirang of BTS will be an album that transcends time and generations and sticks with you for a long, long time. Jin, thanks for always being by our side. What is your 아리랑? And that's kind of what I want to talk about next.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
You just acted like she said, all right, pop quiz class. Put away your books. Get out your
Yeah, but
pencils
this
and
is
your
like an
notepad.
emotion. It's an emotions quiz. I don't like
It's a
it.
pop
I'm
quiz,
zero
emotions
quiz.
quiz.
Out of 10.
Listen, we don't have to get too deeply. We don't have to
Okay,
get too
don't-
deep into the feelings.
Thank God.
But
That means-
I
Okay.
think because Katie and I were talking about this earlier today. I think it is very interesting. Arirang is a deeply personal thing in Korean culture. And so obviously it means it's not going to mean the same thing to everybody else as it does to Koreans and people who have, you know, that connection. So I think it's very interesting that Jen asked, what's your Arirang? It's like inviting us in to the concept with them, like as it means to them.
Yeah.
So like, what is your Arirang? It's almost like it's creating that personal connection for everybody with the album. And so that's kind of what that struck me. And it's the kind of thing that BTS always does. They always reach out and they're like, you know, take my hand. I will, you know, you never walk alone. I will bring you into this. It's going to mean something to you. Let's go, you know? So Jen's question, what is your arirang? And earlier, RM said that it was nostalgia and longing and love. That's what he thinks. So putting that together, let's talk for a minute. You know, when you think about BTS, what are your arirang moments? See, I'm not trying to get too deeply into emotions. We can center it around BTS. But what are our arirang moments when we think about BTS? The nostalgia, the longing, the love.
Do you mean for BTS or for our experience with BTS, or both?
It could be whatever. It could be whatever. Please, in the comments as well.
I mean, all of my emotions that sum up those three words are my experience with AP529 and BTS.
Stop. Doc, it's like you're reading the future.
Like, to me, like, all of my favorite memories involving BTS are with you bitches. Like, you know, the concerts, being with AP529 at the concerts, meeting up outside of the venues, you know, meeting up in hotel lobbies, you know, those are where my deepest roots of nostalgia and love come from the, like, my experiences with BTS so far. And the thing I long for the most with the comeback is seeing you bitches at the concert. Like the concert is super fucking exciting. Don't get me wrong. It's like the culmination of everything we've been working for years is to be able to go to a concert, you know, go to a BTS concert, but going to the concert together is where I find the most joy in the prospect of the concert.
Yeah.
I would say the same. I mean, it's like, for me, it's like any concert that I go to this year, if whatever I go, I'm going to have a friend. And that's awesome. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
All of that. And I'll say as well, before I found you guys, and I was an early Army, like my journey into becoming Army was rather slow, but by the time I really got into it, Jin was already enlisted. And I, at that point, was longing for them to be back and to experience a comeback and to experience so like that as well.
Yeah. I think for me, I think about 529 and meeting you guys, and my it's hard for my brain to not think about when this is all over, because everything ends, right? And so I have to think back to, well, it's true, right? But that doesn't make it sad. That makes it, you have to pay attention where you are right at this moment, how lucky you are that you got where you are with the people that you're with. And so it's not a sad thing. It's more of like a, be present in the moment as much as you possibly can, because none of this is guaranteed. None of this was promised to me, and none of it.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't take any of this, like, and any of the opportunities and meeting you guys, I don't take any of that for granted. I take that as I was lucky enough to be where I needed to be when I needed to be there. So that's kind of how I how I think about it. And I just try to, sometimes we all want this to like hurry up. We want pre-sales to start. We want to know we got our tickets. We want to know, we want to be in that arena. But sometimes I get really weird about it, and I'm like, I want everything to slow down because I want this to last as much as possible. I want this project to last. I want these friendships like I want everything to last.
I'm the same way. Like I always tell people, like, anticipation is like the most rewarding thing for me. I was always that kid that opened their presents super slowly and like very carefully because I wanted to prolong that moment of, oh my God, what is it? What's going to happen? And that's how I feel about that too. It's like the anticipation. That's why, like, I don't like ruthlessly avoid spoilers, but I also don't like seek them out. It's kind of like a game. If like it finds me, I find out little bits of information here, and I like that journey of discovery. And so that's what, so I love the way that BTS is doing this, where they're giving us a little bit of at a time, and and we're thinking about it, we're talking about it, we're like, well, what about this and what about this? And to me, that's that same feeling of just so slowly slipping your finger underneath the wrapping paper and like wiggling the tape until it peels up just enough. You see maybe like a little bit of the writing on the box and you're like, oh, what is it? So that's what this is. And so I get you on that whole like anticipation feeling and wanting to draw it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I'm excited for the album on 320, but I'm not like, get here sooner. I must have it now.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the rollout and the clues and stuff.
I love these little nuggets like today where the partial picture showed up and you got these little audio messages.
Yes.
To me, that's as exciting as the album itself, like the journey to it, in watching the way they have wanted to share the journey.
Right.
It's the longest Christmas Eve ever.
And it's funny because it's funny because they're ahead of us. They're in the future for all this.
Like that's why they're like, come on.
Right. So they're
I'm
waiting.
gonna be the one person on the team that's like, no, I have no patience. Give it to me right now.
Here's them at a fixed point, right? The start of the tour, the album's out, and here's us slowly coming, and they're just
slowly
like
catching
behind
up.
their shoulders. Come on, you can do. Come on.
I agree with you guys. It's like part of the fun, just like trying to figure out what is going to drop next and getting that.
I totally see stuff like somebody just tell me and put the album in my lap so I can listen to it.
I did have a brief moment of that stuff. I did have a brief moment where like after I pre-ordered and I sat there and I was staring at thank you for your order, and I was like, but what now? Give it to me.
I don't know. It's not that I don't want to savor every moment because I do. I would like this next week done, so I kind of know. I just want that part done. The rest of it I can enjoy and wait for, and I know they're going to brilliantly roll everything out. And you know what I mean? Like, but I'm also, I'm the fling it girl, so I'm very much just get it out there and let's just go.
Just fling it already.
Yeah. We have been on a very steep emotional roller coaster for the past week or so. So I totally get that.
And all of the fandom is, so it feels like, at least I'm on social media more. So I see the constant anxiety and everybody gets so worked. And I just want that part done so people can enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of being so wrapped around, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just going to be such a pressure valve release come Friday, maybe, or maybe I'm too hopeful for that, but
I mean, I think you are definitely right that the majority of people will go and release something after that. Yes.
And enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Move next. So it's like Doc saw into the future when she was.
Well, and I want to add, because I didn't
Doc
get a chance
Stradamus
to answer the question of what it means to you, but One of the things that I loved about, I watched High Boy's discussion about the meaning of the word and all that. And one of the things that he said that I loved is he talked about how the song was written in a way that you can add new verses to it. Like it's ever evolving and ever changing because the story changes. And I just think that's so BTS and like who they are as people is to be all about giving each other, themselves, ARMY, anybody, the freedom to breathe and to change and evolve and realize something new about themselves. And I tried that, it's the whole fling it mentality of who Jin is, and it's just that's what they live. And so I think it's so beautiful that they chose something historically rooted, but even in that it gives them the freedom to change.
Somebody posted in the server a video by Jinwoo Park, and he talked about similar concept of how it's intended. There are many, many versions, and it's intended to be taken and modified, and you carry it for a while, and then you pass it on to the next group. So I thought that was really beautiful as well.
Yes, and to that point, here, when I was thinking of Arirang for myself, I was thinking of moments like these that are on the screen. The nostalgia, the love, and the longing. I was thinking about that, going to see a concert with so many of our wonderful community. And then I was thinking of BTS in the soup. That first season, that immediately what comes, the nostalgia, the love, and the longing. And for so many of us, it's such a comfort watch. You long to have the feelings of that, of just watching them exist and be and enjoy each other and have fun. And that's what we are doing when we get together for these concerts and to do things around BTS, is that we go to enjoy each other and share the camaraderie and those moments and just being. And so, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about how it really just does bind us all together, BTS and ARMY. We all have ups and downs, maybe a job promotion, the loss of a loved one, scoring those concert tickets, a bad breakup, up, down, up, down. These things happen all the time, continuously. And so it's okay to not be okay, to be not okay. BTS shares with us all the time, and they're about to share even more. So let's learn from their example. Rather than tear down, rather than get caught up in the crazy minutia anxiety of concert tickets and, well, this person said that and this person said that. Rather than tear down, let's build something and lean on each other. Because ARMY and BTS, we're better when we're together. And that's what we're working towards, to be together. Yeah. So anyone want to yell at me for the feelings that I've just...
God, you sappy bitch.
Are you going to close this box?
Yeah, can we go to the next slide already?
I was just staring at you.
Me and Riven are dying right now. Me and Riven are absolutely dying.
Nope, not yet.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Isn't it funny how it seems like it's a totally different view of the whole concert experience when you're thinking of going to the experience alone versus we just are going into it knowing we're going to be surrounded by people who get us and that we love and that we enjoy. And and even if you're not going with a group of people, you're going to find people when you get, that's a whole different, it's amazing to me that BTS has built this community, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We have a subunit of that, but they through in the soup and living by showing how to do it, what they've managed to build.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
I mean, but even, and I'm just going to add to that because I went to see D-Day on my own. I went alone. And still, even if I went alone, when you go to a concert where there's ARMY, you're not alone.
Right.
It's impossible because anybody, somebody's going to talk to you. Somebody's going to ask you who your bias is. like everybody's going to try to strike conversation with you, or they will give you a freebie and they will chat with you. So, you know,
Yeah.
even if AP529 didn't exist, and I'm happy that it does exist, but like, even if it didn't happen, ARMY is like a family, and they're always there, you know. It's like, it's kind of awesome.
I have never trusted complete strangers so much in my entire life.
Yeah.
Than other ARMY at a BTS concert.
We were writing the FAQ, the thing about the hotel plans, and it was like, it's so people are just like, hey, can I have a roommate in an internet forum? And I was like, should we put a warning on this or something? Should we like
Yeah.
I've not heard of anything bad happening, but
I mean
yet.
I mean, internet dating exists. It's kind of the same sort of risk set, right?
No,
I mean,
yeah, truly. People are just like, you'll just see people like, I need a hotel roommate, and people are like, I have a bed. You can sleep on my couch. You can sleep on my floor.
Well, we talked about it when we were first getting the project together. Remember, Katie was like, "Yeah, hi. Okay, so I'm Katie. So do you have banking information?"
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, sure.
You need my social security number. Sure
my
shit.
birth certificate, and my social security number. Do you need anything else?
Guys, I hope no serial killers are watching this live. I don't want to give them any ideas.
They've just wrote us all down as easy marks.
I think I gave over my social security number in
Here's
less
the
than 14
problem.
days.
I know.
And you're like,
No, Army knows. Army knows. Be like, where's your Army bomb, my dude?
Yeah, but the problem with a serial killer trying to get at ARMY is, first of all, they have to dive into BTS deep enough to pass as ARMY, and once they do that, they're not going to feel like killing anybody anymore.
Okay, well, let's move on off of this subject.
Paraphrasing says, it's like girls in a clear bathroom. We're all supportive besties.
Oh my God, you're so pretty.
Okay, so to what paraphrasing is saying, there's actually a post that became viral when Facebook was good. That was written in Spanish. That was literally like, to the girl that gave me a hair tie in the bathroom, to the one that cleaned my tears while I was crying for that guy that left me. It was like an entire ode of how women bathrooms in clubs are amazing, and you meet your best friends in there.
The best friends of your life.
It's funny because Quince actually gave me this idea. We were talking about it just a little bit, but I was like, you know what? I almost feel, because the start of my whole ARMY journey was PTD, going to a concert. And I feel like I'm in so many ways such a different person from the ARMY that first showed up at that concert. She's like, you should write about that.
I did.
And I'm like, really? She's like, you should totally write about that. She's like, that's a very interesting bookend type of, I think you said the word bookend.
Yep. After you go to this OT7 concert, you need to write a blog post about the bookend of going to PTD and becoming an ARMY versus going to this concert after you've experienced all of this. And I will take no. I will not take no for an answer.
This will be a blog post, and it has.
It's
now out on the internet. It's not even
don't use the metaphor that a BTS concert is like a gigantic girls' bathroom in a club.
Why not? It kind of is.
Yep. Okay. I will click off of this. Okay. So we were kind of talking about anticipation. This is a revisit of that. Suga, I wish the album would come out sooner, but it's still pretty far off. Jungkook, please. Please. Spring isn't here yet. I mean, it's the height of winter right now. I wish spring would come quickly. And that is from the same Weverse Live. So I thought that I would just give us some spring day to look at.
Why would you do this to me?
Oh, this is weird. What the fuck is up with you and Feels today? Mother of bitch.
I mean, but how could we talk about this comeback without there being some feels involved?
I'm sorry. Is Namjoon in a crown?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Heavy is the crown.
Heavy is the crown.
It's funny how you start noticing them all over the place.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I kind of picked these pictures. I picked the one of Jimin and the one of Taeyoung versed on the whole like up and down, because Jimin's looking over his shoulder and he looks kind of hopeful, a little wistful and hopeful, and then Taeyoung kind of looks, it's somber, you know, so it's like and I think that Spring Day really does. I mean, we've been using the song for our countdown to the comeback. And even though it's not the theme of the comeback or anything like that, it really does still embody that concept. I was struck by that today when I was thinking about ups and downs, because that song really is about ups and downs. You know, it has a very like tragic undertone to it, but the overall feeling of the song and the message is to look towards hope, and to wait for those ups again. And so, you know, we as they go through their journey, you know, because they're separated at the beginning of that video. They're all
So I have
separated.
a question.
Yeah.
Looking at this picture of Tay, I want to see if am I wrong, because I always, I mean, it is kind of, he's like, look, you know, kind of whatever. I always thought like you feel the train tracks to feel when a train, like what's coming in the future. I always just kind of like that, the way of being hopeful. Yet, is that right?
You could definitely interpret it that way. You can definitely interpret it that way.
And that's how I'm gonna interpret it.
Yeah, everything is open to interpretation. You know, to me, I thought like I because this is like one of the very first shot of the video, when he lays his head down on the train tracks, and I was thinking, of course, you know, I know. I think most of us know the story, at least somewhat, of the Sewol ferry tragedy, which BTS has said inspired this song. And I was thinking about, you know, reading about the family members of the people who lost their lives, and that they were just such disbelief and a loss of, you know, at first, you know, like a loss of hope and things like that. And it just struck me. And this being the first scene, it can embody both. I think it can embody a loss of hope, but then when you feel that kind of like vibration, maybe it can turn around and you're thinking about the future again. So it could go either way. But what I really, you know, it struck me. I was thinking when I was thinking about the video, because it starts and they're all on their own. They're all in different places and they're separated. But as they go through the song and they move through the video, you know, and Jungkook gets off of that train car, you know, and he goes running and he finds everybody and they find each other again, and then they're together. And so that's what we're running towards. We're running towards that being together again. And that's what BTS wants too. So, yay.
I'm sorry. My mom is literally playing Bulletproof the Eternal in the background somewhere in my house. And I need to tell her, I'm going to mute to tell her to turn it off, because I need to.
At least it's not Spring Day.
Ma! Talking about Spring Day and listening to Bulletproof the Eternal in the background.
How dare the audacity!
So for real. I'm like, you're like, I hear Quince talking and I'm looking at these pictures and I'm saying, no. I'm like, no.
There's emotions coming from all directions, man.
My word.
They're attacking you. They're attacking you.
Christina's like,
Yeah, the feelings, ma.
Yeah.
Ma, stop the feelings.
So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, obviously Spring Day is a big song for BTS, and we know that's very thematic, and they've talked about like, oh, spring will come again. So it was like a foregone conclusion when we were like, okay, well, what should we use as the theme for our comeback? Because we didn't know what the album concept was when we started the comeback, the countdown for the comeback. But I was just saying earlier when Arirang was announced, I was like, we didn't even know, but look at us, because we went with Spring Day. And if that doesn't encompass love and longing and ups and, you know, like all of that in one, I don't know what does. So brilliant.
The album is dropping past the edge of the cold winter, which is the lyrics of Spring Day. So
exactly, on the spring equinox. Mm-hmm. So to kind of wrap up, as I said at the top, we are not experts in Korean culture, heritage, but just just BTS sort of. So we've all been learning more and finding ways to learn more. And so if you guys also, I'm sure a lot of you have also been doing the same thing and researching and watching things out there, but we wanted to give you guys a few examples. And Katie collected these, so thanks to her for giving them to me. Because the song Arirang is a UNESCO heritage, I can't remember the whole title. It's a long title. But it's like a cultural heritage.
It was designated by UNESCO as an important piece of cultural heritage.
Yes, exactly.
Intangible.
So if you visit UNESCO's website, there are 2 different entries for Arirang where you can read more about it and why it was selected. There's one obviously for the Republic of Korea, which is South Korea. And then there's one for the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which is North Korea, because they both entered it separately. But you can read both of them. They're both very interesting. You can also visit the National Folk Museum of Korea's website. They back in 2012, they did a huge special exhibit, an exhibition on Arirang, and you can view it on their website still. So you can go through it and look at what they presented. And that's really cool as well. And there's, of course, a lot of resources on YouTube. Stephanie mentioned Hybe Boy earlier. I put his name here, as well as DKDK TV. They did an explanation video years ago after BTS performed Arirang at KCON in Paris. And it was so funny because I was literally like, I still watch their channel today. They took a break for a few years, but they are back making videos again together, and they do like live stream news reports. And I was watching one from yesterday, and they were talking about their explanation video going viral again because of this. And they were like, we woke up and we're like, what's going on with this video? Why is this video going viral again?
Yep, that's funny.
Because everybody's watching it to get an explanation. And then they were talking all about the concept. So, and there's plenty of more resources. Katie, you also mentioned one earlier, that was in the server.
Jinwoo Park.
Jinwoo Park, yes. Also a good one. I could not remember his name.
I think he does short form mostly.
Yeah. Short form video. Yeah. So there's lots of different resources out there, you guys, but it's important. And of course, we've been talking about it a lot in the server too. And we may have more coming up on that, but it's important to do that research so that we can, be as informed as possible. What do you guys, I think that the song, I really like the song, and I love to hear the different interpretations of it. It's like, I feel like no matter what, I've clicked on a few of them, and everyone is like completely different, just about, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a verse that most people keep fairly the same, and like there's some word, like the Arirang word, which apparently doesn't actually mean anything itself.
It doesn't have an actual literal
meaning. It doesn't have a literal meaning. So it sounds like that's the part that most people kind of have to keep, but then everything else you can kind of build around it.
Mm-hmm. And different regions of Korea have different songs and tunes to it. So it's
the UNESCO site, I think, said that they cataloged, 3,600 versions of the song.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I mean, it's like, if you're interested in like digging more into those things, you just, there's so much to learn. So
yeah, Patricia has posted quite a few really interesting links, including in the server the last few days. What was that, the one that you posted? It was a BTS cover, wasn't it? But it was
so there's this like show that is called, I don't know what the name of it is, but like they did a bunch of like Korean different groups did like covers of BTS songs. P-Dog was there. The guys actually recorded a bunch of videos saying, oh, this band is gonna sing this. Oh, I wonder how it sounds. and there's this traditional folklore singer. Her name is Song So-hee. She did a cover of Spring Day that is incredibly stunning, sung in like the style of like folklore Korean music.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And I actually posted her video in our Discord in the comeback channel, but I also posted her singing the most famous version of Arirang, which is the Gyeonggi Arirang. And she's like a genius. I mean, like I haven't heard anybody sing like that. She has like an amazing voice. So her videos are on YouTube and you can find it. Her name is Song, which is like song, written like song in English. So yeah.
Nice. Well, this is the end of my presentation, everybody. I hope we enjoyed and we got a little bit more out of the concept of arirang as BTS has presented it to us for their album, which I thought was like just a little bit of a different take, not talking about as much about the concept itself, but how BTS is interpreting it for themselves to show to ARMY and what that could mean to us. And so I think that's a really important thing for us. The most important thing for us to think about is what does it mean to BTS to share it with us. So that's it for me.
Snaps for Quince. I can't snap with my left hand. Snap with this hand.
Thank you. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Thank you.
Right. Well, if you enjoyed that content and you'd like to have more of it and to learn together and to be part of our community and scream together, and what else do we do? Have
experience unwanted emotions.
Experience unwanted emotions together.
Audacity, man.
If you would like to support that, we would be ever so grateful, and we are truly appreciative of everyone who has supported us so far in any way, shape, or form. But if you'd like to do that, there's a couple of ways you can do so. We have all of this information, first of all, is at ap529.com/links, which I'll put on the screen again. But yeah, we have a Patreon, which you can subscribe to for a monthly fee. There's a couple of different choices that come with different perks. I'll let you read about it if you are interested. And thank you. We've had a few new subscribers this week, so thank you very much to those who just joined. And we also have a shop with merch that we design ourselves that we're very proud of. And yeah, please go check it out. We've had a few people ask us. We are working on new designs for the upcoming tour. We hope to have those to share very soon. And Christina has been cooking on blanket versions of our retro series, which are not just the design on a black background, but she's extended the design to cover the rest of it. So you can see a hint of those in Stephanie's background. They're pretty cool if we just say it ourselves. Yeah, so please go check that out at ap529.com/links. And of course, you can always just tell a friend about us or like and share our posts on social media, and we'd appreciate it.
Yes.
Christina, you're muted. Are you in the room with us?
She's still on mute.
We're bulletproof the eternal for the 11th.
There you go.
Watch my face. Look at this agenda. Ready? I'm going to close the agenda. Oh my God, bright mode. I hate that thing. Anyway, streaming, charting, voting. You know what I don't
Why do
hate?
you have it on
Streaming,
bright
charting,
mode?
voting, and talking to other people about streaming, charting, voting, and sharing playlists, and having volunteers from all over the internet come into that Discord channel and help everybody out. We are about to, if you haven't heard, make a comeback with this album. And I don't just want to break records. I want to smash them on the ground into a billion pieces. So if you join the Discord, come hang out, streaming, charting, voting, so we can get some stuff done. We're doing voting right now for iHeartRadio. We're doing some Hentio voting we're saving up some points for that. We are trying to get Hickam to 1 billion. We got a lot of things going on. So yeah, join the Discord and come hang out. Streaming, charting, voting is going to be the place for all that. So,
and aren't we about to drop a guide for that?
Katie's working on that.
We're working on it.
Katie's just like, hey, I'm working on this. I'm like, girl, you are working on 15 different things right now.
That's what makes her happiest.
It's her catnip. Just let her do it.
Catnip. Yeah. Catnip. Speaking of our Discord, we have a ton of stuff going on there. We have watch parties almost every day. Literally, you cannot be bored in our Discord because there's something going on all the time. I host a watch party every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. This past Thursday, we hung out and we talked about, because we knew that the album pre-sale was happening a half an hour into the watch party. And people were like, are you going to cancel the watch party? And I said, nay, I will not cancel the watch party. What we will do is we will hang out. We will talk about which albums we want to buy. And then we will sit together. And while we are pre-ordering them and answer each other's questions, and it will be a fun time. And then afterwards, we will watch BTS performances and Kiki and be excited about the album that we just pre-ordered or saved on our streaming platform. And we did, and everybody had a grand time. And so we do lots of things like that. We have book clubs, other club, meditation club. We got tons of stuff going on. And so many people to talk to. We hit 3,000 people recently. 3,000 people. So it's a great time. And we've got lots of lurkers, but we love them too. They just come in and hang out and read. That's fine. But just come and hang out with us.
We need the lurkers looking at you, Christina.
Yeah, like Quinn said, we have a lot of great events in the Discord calendar. So ask a mod or an envoy if you need help finding them. Watch parties, a book club. We have random crafting sometimes. We have meditation. There's everything under the sun you can find. And for the concerts that are coming up, if you're a ball of anxiety, come be a ball of anxiety with us.
Hopefully we can help that.
We can help you calm down. We have an FAQ with all the questions that you might have about like ticketing and all that stuff. We have a bunch of like threads for each concert that is happening, and you can meet friends and meet them to make arrangements to meet at the concert. Once the tickets are out, we'll have a ticket exchange, so you can kind of, if you have extra tickets and you just want to sell them to me, you can do it. Or like everything under the sun. The Discord is like the center of everything for this comeback. So please come and join us on our Discord.
Yes.
And if you need help, there's always somebody that can help you.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that book club, shout out to our book club. We celebrated our 1-year anniversary today.
Oh, nice.
From our first book club meeting, which talked about the Midnight Library, was 1 year ago today. So we did it. We actually do have a book club, even though this was supposed to be a book. Anyways, it's a whole thing. Yeah. All right. As I mentioned at the top of the live, we go live twice a week. Today was our Sunday surprise deep dive with Lisa. Our next live will be Wednesday, January 21st on TikTok at 9 Eastern, 8 Central for our midweek tea, where we will bring you any Bora news from the week. And leading up to comeback, they've been kind of quiet as they're dropping their little breadcrumbs, but we'll figure it out. And shenanigans that took place out on Kim Namjoon's internet for the week tea. So you're going to want to join us. We'll have fun. We'll figure it out. We're going to have a great time kikiing about BTS and whatever comes in the week. So you want to join us there on TikTok on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh
my goodness.
We're just all waiting for Katie.
It says Katie, but it could be anybody.
It could be anybody.
Oh,
Literally
sorry.
could be anybody.
I thought I was done. I thought I was done.
You're the ending fairy.
I'm the ending
Because you're so pretty.
Hold on, I have to do like a head flip or something. Thank you guys for being here tonight, and we will see you on Wednesday or next Sunday or in the Discord, or we'll see y'all around. Okay.
Thank
See you
you.
next Wednesday.
Bye. Love you guys.